So how are we feeling? How are we feeling about our performance in the games?
In my opinion, if you're not winning, you're losing. Because yeah, it was fun, but I'm not happy I lost.
2, 4, 3.
Oh, bro, that's a power move.
I was actually happy that it wasn't a game that eliminated me. I was pretty proud about that.
You were like, hey, if I'm going out, it's so...
Yeah, I wanted to lose on my own. You know, I don't want somebody else taking that chance, that opportunity away from me.
2, 3, 2.
No. No. Not good, man.
I still can't shake that one. You know, I mean, she did what she did. It was a game. She had every right to pick any number. I'm not sure why I was the target, but she had every right to do it. No hard feelings, but I'm still have trouble shaking that loss.
For real.
You had every right, but that don't mean we have to agree.
I was gonna say some of those eliminations were rough to watch because I think you expect everyone to go out at least doing something that they were doing, like playing a game. So when there was those dorm eliminations, you're just like, oh, like I know it's Squid Game, but it still feels so unfair.
I'd feel better if it was my fault, my inadequacies, my bad luck, you know. I would have preferred losing in Warships than I would have somebody picking me. Oh, wow.
That's where we differ. That's where we differ. I'm way too competitive.
Once you were eliminated, who were you rooting for to win?
Oh, I was praying for Rick to win. Of course, he was my best friend on the show.
Afterwards, I was hoping one of the Ganbu gang would win. I was hoping, because we were a good gang. Then again, we were the target of everybody, I think. But I was hoping one of our gang would win. It would be almost like as if I was part of that win.
So if you were to go back in and do it again, is there anything that you would do different, Steven?
Oh yeah, I mean, I played the whole game in the shadows. I was a shinobi in the dang shadows, you know, just trying to stay low key. So, you know, I didn't get taken out politically, which obviously it didn't work. I mean, I would have had more fun. I would have been interacting with people more, just exploring everything a lot more because I don't know, I'm just a social person and I'm gonna have fun. So I'm more of a fun guy and I didn't really get a chance to do that.
We saw a few alliances form. The mother and son were really cute, but you guys had a really sweet dynamic, Rick and Steven, between the two of you. What drew you guys to each other?
Who wasn't drawn to Rick? He was the most charming person on the dang show. This sweet old guy, a freaking beekeeper, a doctor. I mean, what's not to love about him?
It was fate. He was far away from me in numbers, but after red light, green light, everybody between us was eliminated. And so we sat next to each other, we were in line together, we spent a lot of time together, we talked, and we bonded that way. It was sort of fate that brought us together. Yep. Enough people, you know, if 5 people of the 15 or 20 that didn't get eliminated between us, we may have never met. Sometimes it's not always strength, it's more like maybe like that.
Oh, wow.
Rick, did you play any of the games at home preparing to go in?
I played every game before we went in. I practiced for months. I made 8 cookies a day and cut them out. I threw marbles with my wife into a bowl in the living room because it was winter. And I went outside and dug a hole in frozen ground with a friend and we threw marbles. I read about how to tell differences between tempered glass and regular glass.
Oh my goodness.
I could flip 2 manhole covers. I could flip anything with the Duxie challenge. I can flip better than anybody on that in that room. It was my son wanted me to take a month off just to practice everything for $4.56 million. Go in prepared. I knew the song backwards and forwards, and I knew before those last 2 syllables come out, you got to stop. You know, I was afraid that it would be green light, red light, you know, that I feared that. But when it came out, the Korean song, I was cheering for myself because I knew that song. I could spell every word in that song in Korean. So I you know, I just knew the speed might be different, but you still listen to the song, you listen to the syllables, and before the last two come out, you plant your feet.
So I have some insight into the game because the day before you guys started playing, I went to the set and I also played a few of the games.
What? That's cool.
So I played Red Light, Green Light, and then I played Marbles. I died during the Dalgona. I got the umbrella.
Oh my goodness.
My insight to Red Light, Green Light was like, I would love to do it again because the strategy of like how you plant your feet when you stop was the most important thing. If you were like mid-stride, it was so painful.
Yep. My buddy told me all about that. Yep. That's what happened to my buddy Chase. Yep.
So while you guys were in there, there was this whole headline about the conditions of Red Light, Green Light and what happened in there. Were you guys surprised to read that when you got out? And is there anything you would like to say about your experience playing?
I expected it to be difficult. I mean, I expected somehow, I couldn't imagine how Red Light, Green Light needed to take half the people out, like the original show. The conditions helped with that, and the length of it. I expected it to be difficult, I have, you know, for $4.56 million, it needed to be difficult. I didn't go there for a second speak that it was going to be a walk in the park. I got through it. I'm the oldest person there, you know, so somebody half my age, if they're crying about it, I mean, you know, that's their issue, not you know, it wasn't the show's issue.
Considering I'm less than half the age of Rick, I have no room to complain. So, but no, there's nothing more. I thought I was hot tickets until I realized how hard it was to stand still. That was the hardest part for me, not like the cold, because I'm naturally hot-blooded. So the hardest part for me was because I'm hyperactive physically and mentally, and that really challenged me to stand still.
The wild thing about being in there is like, it is kind of like a Vegas casino where you have no concept of time or what's going on. What was the first thing you did when you got out?
First thing I did was went out and had a real meal, had some snacks and whatnot. Oh yeah, they had all kinds of snacks lined up for us after you got eliminated, and I was just going down, picking out all the granola bars and candies and just munching out.
They gave me a hard-boiled egg in there. I was like, I started taking other people's because they were like, I'm not eating this. I was like, I will eat it. I'm starving.
Yeah, their food was very nutritional, which is also mostly synonymous with doesn't taste very good.